Blog Talk Radio.
Caller number one, you rockin' with your boy Fatcat on the Fatcat Show, so what's crackin'?
Ain't no party like a fat cat party, cause a fat cat party don't stop. You never catch me sleeping, man, because I'm reaching the top. And if I gotta sacrifice, I put some hip in my hop. Ain't no party like a fat cat party. At a fat cat party, they blow. You know how it is. Get on your mark, set, go. Let it do what they do. You on the Fat Cat Show. Yep. This show's fanatical, so spell it with a capital, cause half of you was laughable. Don't have me coming after you. You know exactly what a Mac can do. A legend like Mac can do. I'ma name this Fat Cat Avenue. Man, you gotta be honest, you need to talk it out. Cause if you hate and keep stepping, you need to walk it out. Man, damn, what the fuss is all about? Mean Queen, Fat Cat, they be showing out. Are they real, man? Are these niggas holding out? Make sure the middle finger hit the colon. Cause haters, they never win, man, they never do. Raising hell so the devil never go to heaven too. First off, second two, I could never do. Nephew, you think I'm sorry cause I left you? Down for making revenue. One thing I know, you tuning in to the Fat Cat Show. Yeah, ain't no party like a fat cat party, cause a fat cat party don't stop. You never catch me sleeping, man, because I'm reaching the top. And if I gotta sacrifice, I put some hip in my hop. Ain't no party like a fat cat party. At a fat cat party, they blow. You know how it is. Get on your mark, set, go. Let it do what they do. You on the Fat Cat Show. Yep. Yo, what's cracking? You rockin' with your boy, the thinking deacon, the sinister minister, the rabbi Raymond Noodle, the chaplain of fried chicken's last rites. That's your boy Fat Cat, and I'm down with whoever, the Holy Spirit right now, because I can't seem to get none of my hosts or nothing on the show. So I'm trying to see what happened to him. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I got one. What's going on, man?
What up?
Yeah, I'm trying to get everybody. I see Will in here. Wait a minute. Let's see. Willard?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got him. So that's pretty much everybody. We got Will here, and we got Wallace, Big Third here, and everything. And so, what's going on with y'all fellas, man? What's happening?
Going a little hard.
Everything good on my end, Fatcat.
Everything good? Okay. I don't know what happened to I don't know what happened to satellite or nothing like that, but we want to welcome everybody from Periscope to. I'm back out of YouTube jail, y'all. So we back streaming on YouTube and let's say Periscope, Spotify, Deezer, iHeart, all the platforms that the Fat Cat Show is reaching right now. We say what's up to everybody. We've been getting a pretty decent amount of traffic now on Periscope, and I appreciate that. Y'all continue to watch, and as we set up for a new year. This is the last show of the year for us, and I just think back. It's been a glorious 2 years that I had to 2.5 doing the Fat Cat Show. Also, actually almost 4 years of podcasting, and I'm hoping to branch out even further and make this show a little even bigger and have more brighter topics for people to touch down on. So nothing new with you fellas now? Nothing new?
No, man.
Okay.
Nah, just doing a little work, man, and enjoying my night. Ready to tackle these topics. Oh, I would add though, YouTube has been on some BS lately, man, and I would just suggest any of our people that are YouTubers that actually is doing it for some sort of monetization. start just looking for other options because it's
there's one option called BitChute, BitChute.com. So you probably can go over there and make a channel, Fatcat. And they got mine.
Well,
it's called BitChute.
Well, actually, the plan is to start streaming off my own website. So I won't need to be messing with YouTube because they banned me for something totally I think is bull crap. And whenever you do an appeal to them, it seemed like it never worked. The appeal never worked. They're still always gonna get you for something. So I just for that I just say okay, it's time to let them go and do something different. So anyway, I'm gonna tell y'all. So I just had something funny that just happened. What's up, cuz? I primarily my wife works heavy, so I do primarily a lot of the cooking in the house, right? And so we have a dog, Spark'em, and so I fixed my daughter's food, right? And so she took her plate in her room to watch her favorite little TV show, right? And so she set her plate down, she left, the dog bust in the room and got her food. Just that quick.
Yeah.
He be waiting. Yep. He be waiting on that door to open. He's so programmed to bust in that door. He did it so quick. So quick. And then I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I remember one time we did we had barbecue. It was one of the holidays. I want to say it was Memorial Day. And I had barbecued we had ribs, we had chicken, we had all of that. So I had put the rib on the table like far off. And I had went outside to check on the rest of the food. He jumped up on the table, snatched a whole rib. A whole slab. You imagine I wanted to skin him and throw him on the grill. I was I was so mad, I'm telling you. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah.
But that's just
I know I got a cat the same way. And yesterday I had a studio session. They brought some pizza through. I got a cat here, and they set the pizza on the ground, and my cat snuck around and somehow got the box open and just dragged 2 slices out and was eating it underneath the table. We didn't notice it until he was done with almost the second slice.
Damn.
And you know what makes me so mad is that he has a whole bowl full of food and he ain't even touched that.
Hell no, he ain't gonna touch it.
A whole bowl full of food, didn't touch it, and he was like, "Okay, we gonna eat Master's food today," So it was just one of them things. But I'm gonna get off of that, and we do have an hour-and-a-half show today, so we gonna make it interesting. I don't know what's up with Satellite, what he doing or whatnot, But anyway, we gotta go on. But like I start every show, I want to say happy birthday to those with birthdays, and I want to give my condolences to those who have lost people. You know what? I don't know if you remember this guy. I had some sad news too. I don't know if you remember this guy, Wallace. He started with us. You remember Ken Hall?
Ken Hall.
He was a drummer. Yeah, man, yeah. You gotta play the lottery. That dude. He was an older cat. He was an older.
In what department?
In security.
Ken Hall.
Well,
Damn, I don't remember. I probably have to picture his face. That sounds familiar though.
well, anyway, he
What he passed?
yeah, he passed yesterday, and so we are truly leaving behind a lot of good people in 2019. So definitely my condolences goes out
How,
to what's that?
how old was he?
I think Ken had to be close to 70, 60, 70 years old. 60 or 70, I
Oh,
think.
okay. He was.
He was a yeah, and so I don't know. That was satellite said he tried to
Wow.
call, but anyway, we wanna get into our first topic. Said wait a minute, Janine said I'm glad my dog hate human food. Oh, okay, wow, that's a different dude. But two, I want to get into y'all. Make sure y'all share this post. Share the post, y'all, so we can spread the love around. So our first topic for today is: did Dame Dash make himself a target? The Bill Cosby effect. Now,
Mm.
now,
Mm.
my thing is with that. Dame Dash always been kind of like the outspoken. You know how America hates a boisterous black man. They do. They hate a boisterous black man, and he was one of. He gave problems to like what's my man Lee Daniels. He confronted him about because I didn't know that Dame
Yeah.
Dash. I didn't know that Dame Dash lent a lot of people money to start things up. I know he was the powerhouse behind Rockefeller getting it done, but I know that Jay-Z probably a lot of the big wigs was telling Jay-Z, man, you got to drop this nigga. We don't like the way he speak. We don't like the way he talk. And Dame wasn't letting people manipulate them or anything like that. So
Right.
and they probably told Jay-Z, man, if you get away from this nigga, man, we'll make you bigger than ever. Just get away from this dude. He's toxic. And Jay-Z probably because he bigger than ever now. Even though he don't even put out rap music no more, and he just steady getting bigger. What, him and Beyonce done became billionaires together?
That's a whole nother topic right there.
Huh?
I say that's a whole nother topic right there, because in my opinion of Jay, man, I would almost ask, has Jay's success superseded his actual musical contribution? Have we kind of like hyped him up a little bit just based on his business moves as opposed to his artistry?
Oh, okay. That's wow.
But that's another combo.
So what is your top on Dame? Did you think he let out too many Jews and now they messing with him?
Yeah. I mean that's yeah. I mean Dame seems like he's a real smart dude. He has a huge ego, and you can be a white man in America and do that, but you can't be a black man.
You're right.
You know what I mean? And if you his ego is a little bit, it's somewhat toxic. You know what I mean? He does have his shadow side to it, but at the same time, you know what I mean? He a monster on the business side. He probably does have his good attributes as far as contributing. But yeah, if you go into doing what he doing, yeah, he already gonna put his self in that destroyed black man category, because they looking to take black guys out right now, powerful ones especially.
Right. I don't know. What do you think, Will?
I think they began to target him after he had a confrontation with them in the Def Jam office about having a meeting with Jay-Z without letting him know. They didn't give him a call. They sent him an email, and he was really irate about it. So I believe that is what started the departure of Jay-Z from Rockefeller to where he went over, and they kind of talked him into a deal with Def Jam.
You know what? And that's what you hate more about when black people come up with a strong, let's say, game plan, and then you always have the other persuasion showing them the whiter side of
Black
the deal.
people didn't have any distribution. That was the thing. You know, Dame Dash, yes, he's very good business sense wise as far as the music industry, but he had to go through Def Jam as far as distribution, and that's when Suge Knight and all the, when all them came together to try to put together distribution. They shut it down, and that was the thing. I believe if Dame Dash had the distribution wasn't Def Jam, yes, he would probably one of the top record labels in the music industry.
Wow, yeah, that's something, because I remember, like you said, what was that documentary they showed when Dame Dash was tearing them a new ass about
that was the Choke No Joke did.
Yeah, oh man, he was a shrewd. Now, if the thing was, if Dame Dash, like Wallace said, if Dame Dash was a Caucasian man, that would have been a standard business practice. But they targeted him, and they made it seem like he's an angry black man. Whenever you get that label, angry black man, that's the beginning of the end for you.
I think they just target on the distribution end, because without that, they knew they held the power in that, and that's why black-owned distribution wasn't able to come to fruition, because had that been so, then people like Dame Dash would still be at the top of the industry.
Right.
So when Jay-Z went to Def Jam, that cut all that down.
Right.
Once he brought and invited all them jokers in, that cut all that down. So pretty much you're still a slave to that distribution company, which is Def Jam, Universal, any of those. So they didn't want any black distribution companies outside of those.
Okay, I see.
Because of that, then I don't think he did anything wrong. Maybe the way he handled it was sort of extreme.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as he was talking, it was like something they had done on a few occasions. It wasn't like this was the first time that he checked it. Okay. It became something habitual where he's like, hey, something is really going on, and that's my artist, which Jay-Z was his artist.
Right.
So at that point, Jay-Z, I feel, threw the whole music industry under the bus when he went over there, because at that point, like, he could have teamed up with Jay. They could have still went forth and tried to put something forth for black distribution. They didn't, and then that's why distribution is monopolized by people like Def Jam, Universal, and black people are locked out.
That's something too, because like I said, they basically were kind of like revolutionizing their own little thing, because if you think about it, shortly after that, 50 came right behind them and was doing his thing.
But the change was the internet, because people didn't need distribution no more, because everything went over to digital. So that's what really changed up the music industry. You know what I'm saying? So a person like Dame could come back if he invested his money properly and put forth the right artists, the right production, and the right marketing. He could come back right to the top because of how the internet is set up now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just, and then what I'm finding out, the woman that's actually suing him put this $50 million lawsuit in. Dame Dash was ahead of the game. I'm glad he's smart enough to see that trouble was around the corner from him, And so they said allegedly this woman stayed with them because he was trying to help this woman, kind of like business wise. I guess she was trying to become some model or something, and
Mm-hmm.
and what happened was this woman kind of like he let her use a credit card or something, and found out that she was charging a lot of things. She did like retail fraud on him, and he kept the video and receipts of the actual transaction and him yelling at her and telling her to get out the house. And so this is kind of a way she's kind of like extorting him. But now he got another woman that's coming out of the woodwork, just like the Bill Cosby effect. All these women coming
Man,
out of the woodwork.
it's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing for the machine to pay people. As long as you have, sheep out here that are willing to be to take a check. If you're willing to take a check, and there's always somebody willing to take a check to say a couple things that are untrue and to have protection behind them, and the machine has all the resources in order to make that happen. So it's it's gonna happen, and it's so they making it so obvious now that this is what kind of pisses me off about our people, is that we so slow. Why does it take us so long to figure this out?
Right.
Like that we are at literally over.
Right. You never lied about that. We are, and it's like, and then too, there should be a statute of limitations on rape. You know what I mean? There should be like a little statute of limitations on there. This is satellite trying to call in. So I don't know. I'm trying to get them. We got so much stuff going on. So like I said, because how can these women? I'm sorry about that, y'all. Okay, hold on. Well, we tried them. But how can these women at two decades or 3 decades later say, okay, now we want to bring these rape charges up, and allowed to do it, and then Harvey Weinstein is still out here, all these allegations that's brought out against him, and still not. Okay, here we go. Oh, well. Glad you decided to join the discussion, Mr. Helper.
That's not it, man. Something's wrong with Skype.
Okay. Well, welcome to the discussion, man. Of course, we're in the middle of discussing Dame Dash's situation, and what's your take on that, man?
I think as far as hold on, give me one second.
Did Muhammad Ali kick it in?
No, something's wrong. I'm getting double feedback.
Double feedback? Oh, okay. Well, you got it now?
Okay, I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, Dame Dash, if like Rockefeller had a distribution deal, they will have control of the media, and they feel like you can entertain us, but you can't own anything.
Nah.
That's how they even do the athletes. Right. It's okay for you to sing and dance for us, but stay in your place.
Right.
And Dame Dash had that, the way Dame Dash handled business, like he's the boss, and you can't control me.
Yeah.
And they found a way to show Dame Dash, hey, this is how much control you really have. None.
Right.
Yeah. Like, basically, nigga, get in your place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. So, because what is that streaming service that Jay-Z has? What's the name of that streaming service?
Live
Title,
Nation,
Huh?
title,
Live Nation.
it's title.
Yeah. Yep, you right there. He and so like I said, once I seen, cause the minute you notice, the minute Jay-Z dropped Dame, he started getting audience with Bill Gates. He started getting
No, but let me tell you how business goes. When you're a black man and you're into business, somebody got to be the bad guy and somebody got to be the good guy. Okay, the bad guy makes things happen,
mm-hmm.
but he didn't have any alliances after that. Jay Z should have been on his side. You know what I'm saying? When he became the bad guy, he knew he had to be a bad guy to make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because within the business world, nobody respects a black guy really. You got to be bold like Dame was to make stuff happen. Because Rockefeller would have never happened if it wasn't for Dame and the way that he was acting. That's why he came into that meeting like that.
Yep. But like I said, they don't like an knowledgeable, aggressive black man at all. Like I said, you they quick to give you that label of angry black man, and once you get that
Without
label, what's that with?
without distribution, it was pretty much over for Dame. That's what pretty much killed him. Like I said, if that deal went through with Jay Prince and Murder Inc. and all them, where they were going to start Suge Knight, where they were going to start black distribution, that went totally different because he would have had ownership of the music. Nobody could take anything from him. He would have full power.
Mm-hmm.
But since he had distribution under Def Jam, Def Jam can shut all that down and basically that's what they did. They shut him down and took his artists. That was it. They took all their power away from him because he owns nothing at that point without distribution.
Right. Anything else on you from you, Wallace, on this?
Nah, man, it's pretty obvious on what it is. We know enough.
You said we know enough.
See,
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm
Jay-Z
saying,
is
man.
just
People got
looking at the money for now. He's not looking at that.
Wait, y'all. Y'all talking at the same time. Hold on. Go ahead, Wallace.
No, I was just saying, that's pretty much it. I mean, black people, we got to just quit acting. We need information. We know enough. We know what the deal is.
Okay. Go ahead, Satellite.
Yeah, like Jay-Z was just like that $1 billion that he have is nothing compared to what they could have had.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Jay-Z's he wasn't looking at that. He's a me type of person. He's like, what can I make right now?
Oh yeah.
He wasn't thinking like what can we make as a whole? Because that $1 billion is nothing compared to what they could have had.
So let me ask you this, and I hate to classify real successful black people as selling out, and I hate to use that word because what makes a Jay-Z different from, let's say, a Dame Dash or any other successful black man, because you look at the links that people like Jay-Z and Ice Cube, the success they experiencing right now, where now even Jay-Z is touching into the NFL, and Ice Cube got his own little league now with the big three that they have been trying to get off the ground lately. Now, in any other circumstances that the typical black man wouldn't have been able to get that jump started. So what makes them different than the average successful businessman?
It's all about opportunity. Just like with Ice Cube in the big three. And you remember I said this. They're gonna buy that big three off of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's gonna be it because that's what Master P and everybody else does. Dame Dash does the same thing. They create businesses and sell them off. That's what 50 Cent does right now. He'll create a business and then he'll sell it off. You seen that done by Beats by Dre.
Right, right.
Create a business, sell it off. But and those guys really don't understand like ownership for real, because it's all about control and ownership. That little money that they're offering it to you for a reason.
Right. So
Because
Right,
if they're offering you $320 million, they must be
right.
able to make $20 billion off of it.
so but just say this. What gives those the Ice Cubes and the Jay-Z's those opportunities? What
Money, money. Jay, you think
money?
Ice Cube or Jay Z could have did anything that they did without money? They created that money and that opportunity for themselves.
But there's plenty.
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah, that's not really altogether true because we know that we have money.
Yeah.
So money ain't really the only prerequisite that you need to in order to be joined into the reindeer games. They like you said, they buy, they sell.
Try to create a label with no money and see what happens.
But like he
I
said,
understand.
but like Wallace said, there's a lot of millionaires and stuff like that.
I'm saying, be an everyday 9 to 5 working cat and try to make something happen. That's the difference.
But I'm talking about
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, for sure. For
We're
us,
talking about
we talking about millionaires.
We talking about, okay. You said opportunity. See, when you get money, you got to have somebody to talk to you and guide you through different things. That's why a lot of guys like even Jay Z, he get with the William Buffett's, people that got money. That can, when you got questions about deals or things, he can call them up, because you can't really call the lawyers up because all they trying to do is take what you got.
Okay.
so the
And that's
question
what
is
that's
now
what
we
a lot
got
of black people don't have. We don't have those people that can really guide us. You know what I'm saying? During the situations that we have no knowledge of.
Okay. Wallace.
we I was gonna add we have enough successful black people, enough significantly powerful black people to make significant moves as far as controlling some sort of major platform and keeping it within house. But like you said, they sell off these businesses for their own gain and they miss the long game. And the long game is what the system is always looking for. They're trying to make sure that you don't own your own content, and because any royalties, any type of content like music, these are like long term savings that just never go away.
Right. Right.
If you got one song, if you got the masters for one Beatles song, you could live off that indefinitely.
Yes.
You and your family. So when you have like entire industries like a professional team, they ain't never letting that go. That's money that's coming in forever. So they don't want black folks having that. They'd rather you blow up enough, let you in the door, let you come to their table like Jay-Z did. You know, they don't mind you taking the 99th seat on their table. You know what I mean? But you ain't gonna take one seat.
Right.
So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I feel that definitely. But you know what? We spent enough time on Dame. I wanted to get into this other topic before the main. But like I said, I think this next topic is going to be so good. We're going to interchange. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to interchange topics between this one and the main topic for today. And so this next topic we want to talk about is polygamy a solution for cheating? And the thing that I want to get into it so much because I've been seeing videos of women actually posting in support of polygamy, black women. And I took this one. I took this one video, and I want to show this video, and then I want to get into the discussion of polygamy. And if you want to comment on any of these topics, that number is 646-564-9728. Press 1 if you want to comment. Check this video out.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Madam President. And black women say they don't believe in polygamy. Well, a lot of black women, especially with a Christian background, don't believe in polygamy. I say, well, if the Lord, our Savior, well, most Christians believe Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior, and you believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, a brother should be able to have at least 3 wives. Now, that's a joke, but what I'm serious about is, tell me this. If you don't believe in polygamy, how is it that you let your man cheat on you and then you allow him to come back and cheat on you again and you allow him to come back? Let me correct you, my sister. That's polygamy. Anytime you allow a man to entertain more than one woman, he's with you and another woman, then you have consciously or subconsciously agreed to polygamy. So why won't you make it serious? Why won't you let the brother marry you and the other woman? Why won't you let the brother and the other woman and her children come into the house? You all live together. You all save together. You all have a community together. Now, what's the difference between you letting him go see his other 2 kids on the weekend, sleeping with the other baby mama, and then he come and lay down with you, sleeping with you too? That's polygamy. That's not monogamy. So a lot of women have agreed to polygamy, but subconsciously or consciously, I don't know which one it is at this point, they have literally fooled themselves into thinking that they don't believe in polygamy. Guess what? You believe in polygamy. Have the brother marry you and all the other women that he has an interest in and he wants to be with. But here's the thing about polygamous relationships in other cultures. He has to be able to afford all women. He has to be able to provide for each woman equally. Now, if he can't take care of you or the kids, he don't need not one woman. I'm Madam President with a Z, and stop fronting because you believe in polygamy.
Yeah. So, what do y'all think?
There you go, right there. There you go.
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
She said the key words at the very end. You heard all that, and then the answer came at the very end. If he can't provide, blah, 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 blah. So what that's basically saying is, ladies, times is getting so hard. We know damn well that we looking for somebody that's gonna basically account for a couple bills, and hopefully they can take over all the bills, so we can just be at home and chill, and maybe raise a couple kids. If not, cool. But we would prefer not to be out there busting ass and this, that, and the other. Therefore, hey, let's share a little bit, and because we know ultimately this is what we're looking for.
Oh, wow. Will?
Quote unquote security.
Will? Uh-oh.
Hey, man, I'm good. Hey, so like, well, Wanda said, it just sounds like the promotion of some ideology that, I guess that's her perception of it, and yeah, if you are gonna have 3, 4 wives, of course you should be able to take care of them. But if I had 3, 4 wives, then shit, we all be working together. We all be starting a business together. Be doing something together. So, like I say, it's just I don't believe in all that polygamy shit, but some people do. But cheating is cheating. Cheating is cheating to me, right? Because if it was polygamy, you would have just brought the other woman to the relationship and say, before I have sex with this woman, Is it okay if I marry you and her? Then I could see that being polygamy, but cheating is just cheating. So I think she was reaching.
I yeah, I think what she literally was trying to say, I guess it's just the mind state of it, and not the actual fact. If you accept,
Mm-hmm.
if
But
you
it's cheating, bro. It's just a woman who has low self esteem and just she don't think she could do better. So therefore, she's just allowing the man to do what he wants to do just to appease him. But it don't mean
that she's
she's not
accepting,
jealous. He
yeah, that
wants
she's
that
not
man
accepting.
all to himself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. When you say polygamy, that's I'm with a chick. I come to the chick I'm with and say, hey, I want to marry another woman. But both of us got to get to know this woman because how you gonna have a community if they can't get along?
But
How this gonna work? So
but sometimes,
Right.
but sometimes, when you come under acceptance of it, that's compliance. That's you compliant with it. So she's saying in the term, if you're gonna let this man, if you're not gonna leave this man and you're gonna allow him to do whatever the hell he want with another woman, and you're conscious that he has this other woman, why not
hmm
make it legal?
that doesn't mean, but that doesn't mean that that woman wants that. It just means that pretty much she's hurt, she's destroyed in such a way that she pretty much just wants him in any condition, but at the same time, it's still a want of heart to be the one. So it's still that she's not going to be good. It's not going to work out. It's not like they're going to move together in a decent community because at some point she's going to get jealous because her original intent was to have that man to herself. That's what I'm saying. If the man wanted another woman in a relationship, he should come to the person he's with and say that,
Yeah,
and then proceed. That's a polygamous
yeah,
relationship.
agree.
If you just being a slut, you just being a slut. You sleeping around. You just cheating. So you just hurting that woman. You destroying that woman by doing that. So I don't see polygamy and cheating being.
One,
That's what I said. It just seemed like he was reaching.
yeah, yeah. What's up, satellite? What you got?
I think she done just gave up on the ideal of somebody just might want just her. I'm saying, what's wrong with thinking somebody out there really just wants you? They don't want anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And when we start thinking like that, it's a big problem. Thinking, oh, all men cheat. They don't have somebody anyway. Everybody's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because take it the other way. Say if we had wives and it was okay for our wives to have multiple men, would you be okay with that?
I'll believe in sloppy seconds.
About time you get to your wife, somebody else just piled into it and made it loose. And then your wife
Long
said,
ball.
hey, I could take care of both of us. You get sloppy seconds. That's not okay, right?
Right.
Right. But like Red on Friday say, that's different.
I'm saying what I think what you said. That's funny. That's funny, man. I'm saying the stuff she's saying is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. She's saying, "Hey, men gonna do it anyway, and if you accepting it, hey, you might as well go ahead and do it the right way. How about if that man is unfaithful, if he cheats on you, just leave him.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't accept the situation, just leave him.
Right.
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 Exactly. Exactly.
I agree.
Yep. It's crazy.
So being toxic that they so used to being toxic that the only alternatives that they can think of is more toxicity.
Right. In that case, yeah, when you think of it, yeah, that's crazy. Just add on Okay, that's a shit pile over there. Let's just add more shit to it. but we go color this shit different, and we just go pile it on top of it, but it's still shit. So it's shit ganza or something. But I extravaganza. But it's just, to me, like I said, there's never a clear solution that accepts cheating for me. There's never a clear solution for it. Either, like I said, either you gonna do the right thing or not. Let it go. What's that?
Yeah, it's a breach of an agreement. I mean, what did you agree to? I mean, and if it wasn't, officially stated, oh, you can't do this and that, I mean, you should have that conversation. You know what I mean? You should know where, if y'all ain't open like that, then,
wait a minute. We got another caller. Hold on.
All right.
What's happening? What's happening?
Fatcat.
What's happening?
I'm back, baby. You know it, coming from a woman. Now, you men love multiple partners. Every man on this thing, if you could have more than one partner, you probably would.
I don't want the
I've
headache.
been in that situation.
I don't want the headache, though. You know.
Right, that's true. But I've been in that situation before, Fatcat. I told you. You remember?
Yeah.
Don't you remember when I told you?
Yeah. But you didn't want it, though.
When I told you.
But you didn't.
I didn't want it.
You accepted it.
And I was the main woman. I didn't want that.
Yeah.
Because, let me tell you why. Because, like you said, when I would leave, it'd be another woman waiting to get in the bed with him. I'm not cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, this is the thing. That most of the time they want multiple women, but the women, they don't want the women to have multiple men.
Hell no.
That sounds like a whole bunch of nasty people and a whole bunch of STDs swimming around. That's how you end up on the Murray Show.
Where you been at? I've been missing your voice.
She said
she got that nasty woman disease.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, fellas, for real fellas coming from a woman, that's nothing. Like you said, whoever said got that nasty woman disease. That's nothing that nowadays there's nothing to fool around with or to play around with. Now, I do have an Arabic friend where her and her husband there and her family, they still practice the old time religion. And she's married to a man that has 5 concubines.
Okay.
Currently. Life is good. They take care of the children together. Everybody lives together. Everybody eats together. Mm-hmm. She can buy what she wants, and then she just has to sleep with him when he comes around when it's her turn.
But give that same situation to a group of people that have no sense of culture, period.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying you can't do what they do. We was born here with no culture or nothing. We don't know anything about each other. I mean, our people. Yeah. But you want to bring up, hey, they got 5 wives. Like, come on now. What was your great grandfather? You know nothing about him, right?
Nope. Yeah,
but you're gonna bring up some 5 wives. Cut it out.
So we have to. So in order to have.
No.
You have to be cultured.
Satellite. I was saying I know a lady with 5 wives. She's the 5th wife.
I know a dude
you just don't understand.
Girls.
You be acting like you slow or something. Listen, I said I know a lady that she is the 5th wife and everything is worth the same.
Wow.
I know somebody with 5 wives. Together. I know somebody that's dating somebody with AIDS, and they say they wear rubbers.
Stop it. But
like, okay,
you know what? I guess this. I believe in that cardinal rule: do unto others as you want them to do unto you. And my thing is like that. I couldn't imagine my wife, be
You believe in
sharing it with another man, and that's like to me.
And if he is bigger than you too.
I don't give a damn about that because I don't look at his dick, So whatever.
Fat Cat, could you imagine yourself? The question is could you imagine yourself with 5 women?
Hell no, I can't handle. I can barely handle what I got.
Hey, imagine having 5 wives and everybody come on their period at the same time.
Oh Lord, Jesus. And if it's vice versa, I feel like the daddy on Color Purple. You gonna let that woman talk to you like that at your own dinner table? I can't do that. No way. So this
sounds like.
What you say? What?
Where is Will at? Will is the sound voice.
Yeah, you over there trying to get a vote.
I don't want to vote. I'm just speaking my opinion.
So
no.
So would you ever accept that, Andrea?
Nah, man. I'm kind of traditional in that sense. I just want one. I want one.
In my head.
One is good enough for me.
Could you imagine?
I know that's right, Will.
Could you imagine if you got about 5 wives and they all get horny at the same time, even though you got a schedule?
You hear?
And we not cultured.
You need 9 Viagra.
and we're not cultured at all. Like Satellite said, we just going into it. I just want this because I can afford to have this, and you accept it, but we don't got no culture or nothing on that.
How about all of them divorce you at the same time?
I honestly think it's just preference.
And leave you with nothing.
I prefer
but heartbreak.
I'm not going to judge.
5 women turning 5 different sets of kids against you.
But if that's what he want to do, and everybody's happy in that situation, I mean, who am I to say what he should and what he shouldn't do? I just know for myself, I'm good with one lady. That's pretty much it.
Right.
Well, all righty then. All righty then. I mean,
yeah, who are you to judge, Will? That's right. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Satellite like to judge people. I miss him heckling everybody on the show.
Oh, yeah?
He said, oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, we know you don't believe in marriage anyway.
Well, you know what? That doesn't matter. I said I will get married if I find somebody again one day, but I'm not just looking to get married. No.
So what you gonna do? You gonna just shack up for the next 20 years until you look all old and messed up?
If that's what I have to do.
See, she ain't even in the conversation.
Oh man.
I said if that's what I have to do.
Right, I know.
If that's what,
let me tell you something.
I don't have to shack up. I could buy one of those silicone dolls they got on now.
Used up with a bad attitude and a bad body.
Ooh. What is going on?
Boy, please. You know you don't scare me, Satellite.
Hey.
I ain't worried about that. I get one of those silicone dolls. I'll be good. So I never have to hear a mouth like yours ever again.
Dang. Whoa. Where is this going?
I like that.
where did it? I thought
I'm just saying I like that. You'll never have to hear my mouth. Ever.
Again.
What the hell is going on here? But I know ever. I mean, me and like when we were younger, we talk stuff. We wish we could, and we, in a sense, we kind of did it, sneakily juggled at least like 5 different type of relationships when we were younger.
We've never planned on keeping them though.
Yeah.
We'll keep that one chick. but we never wanted to keep the other chicks on the side.
Yeah, that's too much
We,
work.
ne- we never put emotional feelings into them and all that. Come
That's
on, I
too
don't
much.
give a damn what you do.
That's too much.
Have you ever had 5 women and you went wrong with all of them?
You know what? I think we used to say this, and y'all gotta pardon me because I know some people might take it the wrong way or look at me backwards. But even when you had multiple women, we used to the gigolos used to have a saying. You can't give every woman the dick. You can only give some.
Right.
You can only give some of them the penis. The penis and the dick is different.
That's different. That's different when you drunk. When you drunk, what you gonna give them? Huh?
The ramen noodle.
The dick. That's what Satellite got the ramen noodle off.
She said, "I got what?"
The ramen noodle.
Well, we already know what you get. You get a 3 a.m. call. You up? Come on over.
What she say? What she say? What she say? He said, "Come on."
I laughed on that one. I laughed.
She don't get nothing but that drunk D.
Oh my God.
Oh man, y'all crazy, man.
It's better than old Limpy.
She says better than what?
Limps need love too. They looking for nub and
You
all.
better put toothpick on it.
They looking for
fold that boy into it.
Crown Royal D. At 2:00 in the morning. Nah, let me say 2:30.
Well, at least he can get up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
2:30 because
You ain't even working at all.
minutes worth of calling to see who else.
That's why
was
you
up.
tell all these
You was
jokes.
the only one to answer the phone.
Hey.
Satellite need 9 Viagra.
Damn, 9 Viagra. Are you serious though?
And it's hard to still be pumping.
Use my last couple of Viagra pills on you. You get the 20 seconds and I'm out.
At least you can tell the truth about yourself.
Oh man. Oh damn. Man,
could you imagine spending 2 or 3 hours with some woman you don't really want to be with? Because you took a Viagra pill? You still hard. Come on. No.
Why they gotta sound like that though?
Right. Oh, Lord.
I'll be questioning myself and somebody, come on, baby. I'll be like, what the hell?
Oh, hold up. That's the spot. I'm about to come.
Oh, my God.
Again.
Oh, man. That's something
Oh, you
else.
gonna put it right? Okay.
That's something else.
Okay.
Something else, though. But, man, anyway, man.
Yeah. See, her best bet is to leave me alone.
But man, it's all fun, man.
It's real fun. It's real fun.
But for me, I couldn't. That's something that I could never consider. You know.
I'm saying to have multiple wives like that, you can't believe in God. And I don't want a woman that don't believe in God.
Uh-oh.
How do you figure that?
That's not true because multiple women came from the Old Testament. That's not true.
How do you figure that? So like,
Uh-oh.
you mean you can't believe in God? What do you mean? What are we talking about?
Uh-oh. You done opened up Pandora's box. Go ahead. They asking you, man.
Asking me
Got a
what?
question, sir?
How do you figure that you can't believe in God and have multiple women?
Because when you marry somebody, right? You take your vows in front of a preacher, right? You don't bring 5 women up there with you, right? I haven't seen that. I haven't seen somebody marry 5 women at one time, right?
Abraham had
Uh,
Abraham had multiple. He had
okay,
multiple people.
let's start talking about some dudes from thousands of years ago, and let's talk about what's going on right now.
I'm just saying.
Well, you can't say
Book of
that. If that's
I'm just saying.
you can't say that either. If you say that, satellite, you can't say that either. Because if you say that, then you said that just because gay marriage is condoned in the United States under God, that is correct. That is right. It's not.
Who's performing those gay
So
marriages, right?
huh?
Huh?
But I'm saying it's condoned. It's condoned in the United States. It says it is condoned, and maybe not around the world, but it is condoned in the United States. So what I'm saying is if it's okay, if it's not okay for men to marry multiple women, then it shouldn't be okay for gay marriage to you either.
Who said gay marriage is okay? The United States
I'm
ain't
just
God,
saying.
right?
She said she was gonna use it and then put it up.
Well, man, she having a different conversation. But anyway,
Oh, he must have came home from the liquor store.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm at work, y'all. What did he ask me? What did he say?
he said,
I'm not at the liquor store just yet. Now, what did he say?
that's what he said. He said he must have came home from the liquor store.
Oh. No, he not with me today, satellite. I'm by myself.
Oh, okay.
What?
But
I ain't heard him in a minute.
That be
no.
Y'all still
All I'm
together?
saying is,
Are y'all still
all
together?
I'm saying is, I agree with Will, and I
shit,
agree with
Norm,
Will when
you
Will
hear
was
that,
saying, who am I to judge? Because it's still people that believe in the Old Testament and they live according to those ways.
It's called the Old
So
Testament.
who are you to tell
because of
them
what?
that their religion is wrong and yours is right?
It's because of what? Fat Cat.
What?
Why is it called the Old Testament?
I hear what you're saying.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing. Hey. Anyway, I want to.
Oh, so we saying what God said in the Old Testament, but that's old shit. We can disregard. Is that what we saying?
If that's the case, we shouldn't have to follow the 10 Commandments.
Kapow.
Bam.
Satellite.
But see, the blood came to cleanse and free us of all of our sins, not some of it, all of it.
The Hebrew Israelites. You can't win. They'll say something just totally stupid and crazy. And you can't. I don't argue. I don't go back and forth.
Only thing.
Oh my God! Stupid and crazy. That's like plain logic.
You know what? The only thing that I could say behind this is that in the Old Testament, and this is what I know, in the Old Testament, a lot of the laws which was under the Torah with Moses, which was the Mosaic laws, a lot of that was done away with.
That's
because
right.
you could get murdered, you can get killed for a lot of things. Like you couldn't even work on the Sabbath day. If you was worked on the Sabbath day, you got killed. If you, it was in the book where even in the book of Moses where it say if a man will lie with another man as he does a woman, he was put to death. So a lot of these, which they still go by over, if you try to have gay marriage stuff over in Saudi Arabia, you gonna get killed.
Right.
So a lot of it is still, a lot of people still go by that Torah. So you
Right.
you have to you definitely walking a thin line. But like I said, I'm not here to judge nobody with it. You live how you live. I'm gonna live according to how I live. I don't try to push nothing upon nobody or how they do it. But I know how I'm gonna choose to walk and how I'm gonna live. You know what I'm saying? So if you could have
Okay.
you could have 3, 4, 5 wives all you want to. All I know is I can't handle barely the one that I got right here. And
yeah, I mean,
what was that?
do what you do. No, I was just gonna say, yeah, like you said, man, just do what you do. But if you follow some sort of religion, don't hey, you better follow it to a T. While you judging somebody that's outside of your religion, because a lot of people can be following your religion better than you are, and you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
we got,
and you know what, and it's just that simple too. Of what we forget how far we come. That's why I don't too much judge people. I don't too much judge people that don't go to church, because I've been a believer in God mostly all my life, but there was a point in my life where I didn't go to church. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I was out for years.
Fatcat, you know what's so crazy? Most people that want to argue with you about things about the Bible, they don't believe in anything at all, but they want to argue with you. How about you just stay over there and believe nothing at all, and don't try to convince me to be the way that you are?
Hey,
Are you talking about me? Because I wasn't trying to convince you. I wasn't trying to convince you. I was just saying you can't be judgmental of people's religion and how they practice.
They believe in nothing at all.
You know what?
Well, you kind of
Who don't believe in nothing at all?
Well, you judge somebody who doesn't believe anything at all.
Wait a minute. We got another caller. Hold on. You rocking with the Fatcat Show? What's happening?
Hey, what's up, cuz? You all right?
Yeah, what's happening?
I don't know. I just wanted to say, we all black Americans, it ain't gonna work here anyway. Black women got too much attitude and too much mouth.
You ain't
that ain't gonna work.
I know.
He's like, religion shit.
It ain't go. Yeah.
Get down.
I can't.
Not here.
I can't imagine. Like I said, the other day I was discussing something with the fellas that my wife didn't like, and she got on me. So I could just imagine if I had double that coming from somebody else too. Oh Lord!
You let your wife stay in the same room with your guys when y'all talking?
No, we was talking on the phone. Me, Will, and Wallace.
That's even worse. You should make her go in the other room.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
He's a woman beater or something.
You gotta come up.
He's a woman beater or something.
Say you a woman beater.
I don't gotta beat nobody.
He's a woman beater or something. I don't know what he is, Fatcat. I'm trying to figure it out.
But you know what? We spend so much time on. We can still flip back and forth, but I want to get this segment out. It says, "Do fresh starts going into the new year really work?" I'm not gonna go through the dramatic normally how I do the topics, because we kind of flow through this so much mixed up in one topic that we kind of ran over. But do you think that that's the case? I know it's a mindset. I know it takes discipline, because we make resolutions going into every new year. But how many times do those resolutions come true?
I stopped making resolutions myself. As of last year, I have not made a resolution. It is what it is. Because I figure, one day it's not going to change the rest of my future, which it can. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have to be New Year's Day.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So I decided from here on out, from here on out, that every year, my New Year's resolution, if you want to call it a resolution, is to love God more than I did last year, love myself more than I did last year, and my children. As long as I'm doing better than I did last year, then I'm just fine. I have no resolution.
Damn.
Okay, well let's maybe it's too the use of the word too, and the concept, the use of the word and the concept, like you have to wait till a certain time to make a promise to yourself, or the time frame in which you can make a promise and a let's say a game plan for yourself any time of the year. But
what's wrong with saying 2020 will be better for me than 2019?
Nothing.
And that's
nothing
all
at
what
all.
resolutions is. Saying that you want to get more. You're going to get an increase of your finances, an increase on your beliefs, increase on the way that you treat people. There's nothing wrong with that. Trying to be better than what you was last year.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something funny. You made me think about. Yesterday at church, we was doing devotion, and so my cousin was praying, right? He did the prayer, and so we had a lot of people that was late for church, right? And so my cousin broke out. He said, "Lord, I pray that everybody that's late in 2019 will come into 2020 on time." And man, we just died laughing, dude. We died laughing. It was crazy, man. It was like, because even the pastor had car trouble and he was running late, and he came in. So when he saw it, he was like, "I heard your prayer and I will be here on time." You know, so it's like, it's just like I said. For me, I'm gonna say this. I like to make, because I put a resolution out, and me and my wife, we talked about a lot of things, and I'm gonna just say change. I'm gonna call it change instead of resolution. I wanna change, and my thing is, me and my wife, we talked about incorporating ourselves, is business wise, and you know, so we can increase our finances and all that stuff. So we put that out, and because like I said, my wife, she's getting to the point, she's tired of punching the clock. She's tired she's tired of doing that, and so now, you know, we're incorporating ourselves and getting things started. Somebody done hung up. Okay, that was her. So what you got, Wallace?
Hey, you know, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, you know, a lot of people find it hard to stick with it. I mean, all of us have been there, so that's why we talking about it, because we know we've been there and done that. But I don't find nothing wrong with you know, making an application to be a better person. You know what I mean? It's a good mark for a new cycle in the year, and you know, if you can stick with it, go for it.
Cuz you still on here?
I'm right here.
Yeah, cuz I like to think of it, you know, because it's more of a psyche thing. Because, you know, you look at it, you say, okay, it's the beginning of the year. I want to start this thing off right. I want to come in and start this thing off right. And it's all about feeding your psyche. Okay, I'm going to do this thing from the beginning. Like in the, let's say, in my narrative, I said, new beginnings. If life had a rewind button, then the first of the year would be it. You know, so, and I think, you know, just the attitude you take, the moves you make, and just being disciplined in what you doing, what they call it, stick to it. I can't even get that out. But you know what I'm saying.
Intuitiveness.
Yeah, yeah, that word right there. But I can't spell it. But anyway, That word right there is just what we need to do.
Consistency.
Yeah. If you could spell that with two. What's up, Will? I ain't heard from you in a minute. What you doing over there, man?
Oh man, I'm chill. I'm just sitting here chilling, listening to the show.
Okay. Oh, you're no longer part. You in a different world.
Oh, man. If anything, I don't have no problem with it. Like,
Hey, Will.
Hey there, what's up? I got no problem with New Year's resolutions. I like to take it day by day because you can't change the past. You can't change the past, and you can't predict the future. So I take it every day like it's my last day.
Hallelujah.
Right.
So let me ask this going forward. I'm gonna go around the panel. What are you trying to change going into 2020? What are you trying to change?
Bank account.
Amen.
Bank account.
Yep.
Bank account. Pretty much everybody. Bank account. Cuz, you still on the phone?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What are you trying to change in 2020?
But not much I can change. I'm retired.
You might want to see a little bit something different. I know, you know.
Oh, well, I would like to see my kids more, but that's it.
Yeah. Satellite? What you got, man?
I'm just trying to be an all around better person than I was last year.
Oh, amen.
All right, Satellite.
Hey, that bro. And Drea, what about you? What you trying to change?
Spiritual growth.
That too, for sure.
My personal spiritual growth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What part? What part of that?
Uh-oh.
As a whole.
Oh.
Nope. Oh, that's too easy.
That's too.
No, seriously, as a whole. Physically, mentally.
No.
I want the whole thing. I have to evolve.
No.
Uh-oh.
What else? What part?
Dig into it.
What part?
What do you mean, what else, Wallace? When you say what else, what part?
Be more specific.
What part?
What are you saying?
Be more specific.
Oh, you gotta.
Part?
What part spiritually?
Don't be vague with it.
You said what part spiritually?
Go to the liquor store at 10 o'clock.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Spiritually, I want to evolve, Wallace. I want to evolve. A knowledge that I have not obtained, I would like to obtain. Things that I haven't seen, I would like to see more of, and research and do more of. So that's where I'm at. If you want to ask me what do I change, my spiritual growth. In the things that I know, I want that to evolve into the level.
Hey, Andrew, your boy sound like your neck. Talk about some. I'ma stop going to the liquor store at 10 o'clock.
That's all right. Little can't even get out there anyway.
Oh, man. Oh my God. Oh, man.
You better go to the liquor store and buy some of them sex pills they got.
Oh, damn. Okay. Hey, so, okay. I know everybody agreed financially. What other things that, and what are you, okay, let's ask this. What steps are you taking to make sure this happens?
Well, I'm Googling all the liquor stores to make sure they still open past 10 o'clock.
You better make sure they sell that sex pill, boy.
Oh, my God. man. Come on the serious note, man. For real.
Oh,
What?
look, serious.
On the serious note, cause
But seriously, Fat Cat, this year I have learned some more about religions, like over in India, some of them here in Africa, and things like that. And it's about the Trinity of one. I want to get to the Trinity of one. I want to find out about a lot of religions and what they have taken in, good and bad, and then evolve from there. Like I said, it's research. It's going to take time and research, but that's where I'm going with it.
And this is
That was awesome.
and this is one thing that me and my wife we discussed. Let's say outside of business ventures that we're doing. I think this is the year that I want to step into my calling a little deeper, and like I said, and like step my ministry work up, and one of the things, because the funny thing, my pastor came to me the other day and he was like, he said Thomas, he said, I believe that God has called you to preach. But one of the things is I had already knew that, but my thing is like is growth and evolving, because I really want to get out here, because it's people out here hurting, and you know what I'm saying, and I have to learn not just the word but just interaction with people, and like because you can't come at people the same way. Like you have some people that get out here, they be in ministry work, and they think that ministry work is just reciting a Bible verse to people, and you know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Yeah,
Lord.
reciting a Bible verse to people and stuff like that. It's more to it. You gotta have.
It's all about teaching.
Yeah, you gotta teach. And you know what I'm saying. And you gotta know when the ground is right to plant seeds. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You gotta
That's
know.
the bottom line.
Yeah, you gotta know, because sometimes, man, you plant seeds on the hard ground, ain't nothing gonna take root. So it's like, I always pray on that to make sure that I'm even keeled with that. So I don't know. What about you, Will? What you got?
Yeah, you're right about that, Fat Cat. I hear you, Fat Cat. 'Cause you want to take initiative to take a hold of your anointing.
Yeah, because no doubt, because my pastor told me like this. He said I know I'm here for a season. He said this is your legacy. And he said this is your legacy right here. He said I have no doubt that you're going to be the pastor of this church. But like I said, it's not up to somebody to tell me that. It's that I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very.
It's up for you to. It's up for you to take that baton that's being passed.
Yeah. So it's.
Yeah.
Well, just don't drop it.
No, I realize.
Well, remember, if it's a baton, if you do drop it, always be picked up.
Oh, all the time.
Well, you're gonna have challenges. I mean, taking on that divine purpose is always gonna come with a certain level of push through that you need, because new level, devil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's very important, though, like you said, man. That's crucial for you to know that inner knowing. A lot of times you that new level, man, you're gonna get those around you. You might be hating on you or whatever. And sometimes you lean on your own confidence.
Okay.
Okay, what is it? Okay, I hear some. Okay, I'm hearing some feedback. But anyway, anybody else got anything to add on that? you know, any other little things that you planning that's different for the year? Satellite.
I say go for it. I say go for it, fat cat. Become the pastor. I'm coming to the church in the hat and suit, looking like Sugar Gabriel. I'll be like, that's my man's up there. Praise, amen, hallelujah.
Oh boy. Hey, Satellite, what you got, man? I know you got a lot of plans, irons in the fire for 2020.
For 2020, I told you, I'm just trying to be a better person, man. The way that I talk to people and the way I let people talk to me, it's got to be better. I'm saying that I think if I become a better person, the finances will come. Everything else that I want will come.
Yeah. And I think
Why did you say
what he said, why did you say that?
That's what I said. That's how I feel
I know, but why
about
did
what I
you say that though?
said.
Like, did did you like hurt, have a nice amount of challenges based on the interactions that kind of gave you insight on that, or is that just like something just
Did
I
your
ha-
experiences and insight form that for you?
no, I'm saying it's life. Just you trying to be a better person should be everything that we strive for to be a better person, to be a better person that you was a day before, a week before, or a year before. And I strive to be a better person than I was last year because I can sit back and look at, you know, how I reacted to what people said to me, and last year, in the way I want to react to people for 2020. It's got to be different.
Amen. Amen. I'm not mad at that. What's that background noise I'm hearing?
That's me driving home from work, y'all. Y'all be blessed tonight,
All right.
everybody. And Happy New Year's if you all don't hear from me again.
All right now.
All right.
Yeah, but anyway.
Look at what time is it?
talk about the liquor store. It's
It's 9:20.
9:27.
Oh yeah, she got the phone because she got to get to the liquor store.
But anyway, I want everybody, because this is the last show of the year, so I want. Matter of fact, let me cut this down for a minute. I know we used to doing it. I'm gonna set something a little different. I want everybody to be safe out there. Have a blessed year. I know definitely this year, 2019, was a year of change for me, and it was trying, and it let me see a lot of little things, and it definitely changed me. So I want to say farewell to 2019. I'm only doing this now because we're not having a show tomorrow, because I will be a night watch service at the church. So farewell to 2019.
90 seconds.
And I want to say rest in heaven to my grandfather, the Reverend R.B. Friend, and to my other granddad, Deacon Freddie Radcliffe. And I want to say to Deacon Daniel, Sister Show, cousin D, and Aunt Alice. I want everybody to rest in heaven. We lost a lot of people this year, and it was real impactful people that were in my life that really made things pop for me. So
60 seconds.
Going forth, I know my life has definitely been changed, and I'm definitely doing things a little bit different now going forward. I used to look at death as solely a negative thing, but I just realized that death is just the circle of life, and we have to be ready to take on. We have to be ready to take on that baton. I look around. I used to say I miss my grandfather. I still miss him, but in a lot of ways, I still see a lot of signs of him around, and I still hear his voice even clearer. So if you lost anybody in your life, in your life, we do give our condolences, but embrace it and become better. That person,
10 seconds.
that person can impact you as well in spirit as they did physically. So y'all stay safe, and we'll holler at you next time. Peace. We up out of here, y'all.
Peace.